Okay, today is the fourth day of Kislev. We're on page 87 in the Chayenu, if you're joining along. In today's lesson, the physical items used to perform mitzvahs are united with the infinite light of Hashem, thus uniting the person performing the mitzvah with Hashem. So imagine we have the tefillin, which is such a gosh mystica thing. It comes from a cow, and we're wrapping it around our arms and around our heads. The Alter Rebbe is going to touch on the Esrog that comes off a tree. We're taking it, we're holding it, we're connecting to the light, the eternal light of Hashem. So we talked about Ma'aseh mitzvahs, that if a mitzvah comes your way that no one else can perform, you must stop learning and davening to go and do that mitzvah. However, as to the performance of the mitzvah is a physical action-based mitzvahs. These are the works of Hashem. Unlike other worldly action, that godliness is hidden, the Alter Rebbe explains how godliness is very much relevant and revealed in the action-based mitzvahs, not only in the mitzvah itself, but in the item, in the physical thing. How does it come about that there is godliness? By the way, you could think, I don't see godliness. Well, I don't even want to say these words. We are very careful how we treat the Sefer Torah. We are very careful how we treat our tefillin. If a mezuzah falls on the floor, it has to be checked. We kiss it. We sense there's a certain sefer. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's like since I was a kid, I can't see a sefer upside down. If I see it across the room, I'll go flip it. Every time I walk out, I check the books. If I see it upside down or backwards, there's a holiness to it. We close it, we kiss our tefillin, and we know that it's something very holy and special. It's a part of God. And it comes down through this process and descent of the different vessels of the higher worlds, Atzilus, which is close to Hashem, and all the way down to this world. For example, the Esrog and the different kinds that we take and put together for the mitzvah of Lulav and Esrog. Hashem puts His holiness into these items. Meaning from the outward state, from the external aspect of these internal attributes. Hashem embeds within the externality of these things. It's not like hidden inside the Esrog or hidden inside the tefillin. Even the outer level or layer, if you will, of this object becomes holy. From their outward state, as it's known, requiring all mitzvahs. By contrast, man, a person who, by means of his intellect or spiritual emotions, can only work on and attain. I mean, you could daven and you could learn and you could put on tefillin without Avos Hashem and Yiras Hashem. That's a level you have to get to. When you get there, you feel more holy when you're davening. But otherwise, you have to just daven. Sometimes you're in a rush and you just run through it. Not that it's right, but at least you're doing it. It's a level. But in order to reach a higher level of Avos Hashem, Yiras Hashem, and having the proper kavanah, you got to put your mind to it. The Esrog doesn't have to put its mind to it. It just is holy. That's the way it was created. Affiliation in Neshama Atzilus, even if a Yid has a holy soul from Atzilus, since it's a clothed in a body, it cannot detect and apprehend through his soul this holiness that is latent and clearly obvious in the Sefer Torah, in the Tefillin, that we all know comes from these high levels and are so holy as we sense them. And even if we don't sense them, they are holy. We're explaining it now, so now you know. This energy that we get is a higher surrounding level, and it slowly permeates the more we put effort into it. Through our machshava, as the Tanya explains, that the soul comes through the brain first, and then it enters through the rest of the body. And that's how we reach the highest levels. We put our mind to and meditate on the godliness, the greatness of Hashem. And that's how we become davuk, that's how we become connected and one with the Eibishter. With regards to kindness of Zah, man is able to apprehend only their existence through actual generated love and awe. When we work up and conjure up this love and fear of Hashem, then we can tap into kindness of Zah, which is the attribute of Hashem. As we were saying yesterday, we can give Hashem a hug. It's still him, but it's his clothing. You know, you hug somebody, it's their clothing, it's the outer level. Just like Moshe Rabbeinu. I mean, imagine if Moshe Rabbeinu, who was communicating to Hashem for all those days and nights up on the mountain, receiving the Torah, receiving godliness itself, he only saw, as the pasuk says, the hinder part. So what are we? We're so far removed from that. What could we? A fingernail? A toenail? No, but still, we have a relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. How did Moshe Rabbeinu, how did the holy prophets, how did the tzaddikim see Hashem? Through a nevuah, through prophecy. Shehu is pashtus agashmi k'moshe kosev b'rayim the pashtus mishpatim. Prophecy entails divestment of the physical. The prophets were not connected in any way to anything physical, including clothing. They had to be completely removed from anything physical to connect to Hashem. So Moshe's apprehension of the essence of divinity resulted from a state of prophecy that entails divestment from the physical. And through other non-prophetic means, it's impossible for the soul to apprehend an essence of any level of atzmus and atzilus. What's the reason for this? That no created being is capable of grasping anything whatsoever of the essence of Hashem, who's the creator. If we're not able to comprehend Hashem, then there's no real grasping or cleaving. You could try, you can reach certain levels, but you can't truly do that because Hashem is Ein Sof, and we're finite beings. Hashem created us. So man is incapable of truly cleaving to God's attributes, meaning the attribute of Atzilus. In light of the above, it's clear that the love and fear of Hashem that a Jew generates through meditation, during davening, a person grasps and cleaves to no more than this external aspect of existence of Hashem, but not his essence. That would be impossible. That's beyond our reach. That's okay. It's, as I said before, it's like we're hugging the Eibishter, but maybe not the essence, but at least we can hold on to the coattails. However, let's use the Esrog as an example. The Esrog, the life of the Esrog, the existence of the Esrog is drawn and descends from the very essence of the outer aspect of the Keli of Nukva of Zav Atzilus from the highest level, Shehu B'chinas Elikus, which is a state of Hashem himself, state of divinity. All the fruits, says the Zohar, are rooted in Atzilus, the highest world, closest to God. Ki lamed kelim d'Atzilus yardu l'briya yitzir asiyah. For the 30 vessels of Atzilus descended into and through Briya Yitzir Nasi in order to become godliness in those worlds. And through these 10 utterances by which the world was created, through enclothement in Nukva Vasiya, essence and essence. So the essence of these vessels of Malchus of Atzilus vests itself in the essence of Malchus of Asiya, and so on and so forth. Among them are the fruits of that world, such as the Esrog. So while the godliness found in other physical matters is concealed in an object used for a mitzvah, it's revealed, as explained in chapter 23 of Tanya. So that's all it has to be, is just exist. It already is a piece of Hashem. It already is holy. When it's used for a mitzvah, it comes from a high level. However, it's not the case when one holds any other fruit. Seems to be that it's just the Esrog when you're making the bracha. The answer is, as we explained, that the godly life force is concealed in all the other fruits, and it's revealed when we do a mitzvah on the particular fruit. Well, I skipped. Right, no. Saying the mitzvah. No, dafka when you're doing the mitzvah. This is not the case concerning one's intention when performing the mitzvah. The intention is important, but you have to do the mitzvah b'payil mamish. If you have all the right intentions, but you don't say the bracha, you don't do the mitzvah properly, you're not revealing the essence of Hashem in the Esrog. He's here, even if he's familiar with the mystical Kabbalistic meanings involved, and he does not grasp and hold on to the essence of Malchus Vatzilus, the source of the Esrog, but only to the external fact of its mere existence. So this is entirely unlike holding a physical esrog and performing a mitzvah. You see the esrog and you close your eyes and you have all sorts of meditations. You think of the Kabbalistic aspects of the holiness of the esrog and where it comes from, Atzilus and everything else. It doesn't do it. You got to take that esrog and you got to bring it in and you got to shake it. Same thing with studying the laws of the esrog. And all these different things does not compare to when you take it and you say the mitzvah and you grasp it and you shake it. Even more so, even a person who studies the esoteric dimensions of the mitzvah of Esrog according to the teachings of Kabbalah and Chassidus. Here too we're speaking about the esoteric dimensions of the physical Esrog, whose essence he can comprehend, and not of the spiritual intentions of the mitzvah, or yet higher, the relevant configurations of the spheres of the world of Atzilus. So the point is, you do a mitzvah with something. Right now we have the tefillin. It becomes super holy. It's supernatural even. The esrog, anything physical, whatever it is that we are using, the svarim that we're learning from. Even I want to take a little, I want to stretch it out a little bit here. A phone is something that could be used for klipa, for negativity or whatever, havdil, and it could also have the davening or the laning. You don't have the boom. There's so much on there, so much Torah, so we could elevate it, and then it could also be used for kedusha. Anyway, we're talking specifically about the esrog, where it comes from. All the fruits come from a very high level, but specifically the esrog, which is used for a mitzvah. And there's also the lulav and the hadassim and the aravis. Everything has its source, but it has to be used in the performance of the mitzvah. And the whole point that we were saying is that when it comes to doing a mitzvah that no one else can do, this puts aside Torah learning, this puts aside davening, and what we're doing, actually what we're accomplishing is a tremendous thing. No matter how holy a person we might be, even if we're a prophet, we cannot tap into the level of the holiness of the esrog. So now, and then tomorrow morning when you put on your tefillin, or if you're still wearing them, realize that this is the way we connect to Hashem in the most tangible way, in the deepest possible way, and it just elevates our whole experience with something physical. We think, if I get an aliyah on Shabbos, or if I daven, Shabbos, okay, I don't want to compare because I don't want to put anything else down. They all have their advantages. When you take something most physical, that's the thing that has the most revealed godliness here in this world. So, Chevra, let's do as many mitzvahs as possible. Ooh, I just reminded myself I didn't get sukkah today. So we're going to take one of the more physical things, probably even lower physically than an esrog, right? Coin, and put in the pushka. And as Dr. Meyerhoff taught us a long time ago, that when we put the coins in, when we put the dollar in, have in mind you're doing a mitzvah. It's so important that we have to do it right away. We don't even have a chance to say a bracha because we don't want to wait and make the poor person wait for us. All right, have a good day, everybody.